Trust Profits, it's a formula here. And today on Derby Spotlight, Kentucky Derby Spotlight, we're going to be talking about the class of the West and what many people have as the top horse in the Derby. Probably going to be the post time favorite, most likely going to be the morning line favorite. Not to say that I don't believe there is a single must bet, going to win the Derby, gate to wire type horse in this race. Best horse is journalism, but I don't think that there's a Justify American Pharaoh type horse. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. But if you're going to ask me today, who's the best horse? Who's the one with the best chance to win the Derby? It's got to be journalism, right? Journalism has done very little wrong. Let's move to the dossier here for journalism. Yes, Michael McCarthy, the trainer out there in the West, coming from Santa Anita and Del Mar, is journalism with jockey Umberto Rispoli. So for 3 of the 4 wins journalism has had, he's had Umberto in the saddle for him. Sire is Curlin, 5 races, 4 wins, and a 3rd place. That 3rd place coming in his firster effort at Del Mar. Took 3rd place in, I believe it was a mile race, maiden special weight. Biggest win, Santa Anita Derby. He's had some big ones, obviously, but that one was the big one, in my opinion. It's the one where he put down Citizen Bull and Barnes. Baeza was trying to keep up, was within a length, maybe a length and a half. But yeah, he laid all doubters to rest in that one. He's knocked down every Baffert horse that's come after him. Style, Stalker. I think that's a huge advantage in the Kentucky Derby. I'll show you why in a second. Pros hasn't lost in 4 races, 4 in a row, 4 wins in a row. I mean, the streaks often get broken. I guess he could retire and keep that streak alive, but as of right now, 4 races going in, so I think that works for him more than against him. Raced against multiple Baffert pace setters and has bested them all. Looks beautiful down the stretch, as we're going to show you. Never looking tired, looking like he always has a little bit more than the horse next to him. And pace style is set up perfect for the Derby. This I'm going to show you. Stalkers have, I would say, more success at the Derby. I know I've been talking about a number of closers and deep closers, saying that their style is suited well for the Derby. And I'm saying that because of this Derby year, we've got a lot of speed. And I would say second to Stalkers, deep closers have the most success, at least 1, 2, 3. In terms of talking win, you want a Stalker. Cons: never tested in a large field, always racing against scant California crowds, and rarely had to navigate true traffic because of that. So there's only been 1 race where he's raced against 10 horses. It was his 2nd race, maiden special weight, where he ran a mile and obviously ended up winning that one. But I will show you right now, field size. Got it circled there. So 5 horses in the Santa Anita, 5 horses in the San Felipe, and 5 horses in the Los Alamitos. 10 horses in his maiden, and then 5 horses in the first maiden that he raced in with Umberto. Going 6 furlongs in that race, sorry. So this is the biggest question for me for him. And we'll watch it in a video coming up here, watching the Santa Anita Derby in pretty much its entirety. He's a stalker. He does get a little bit further back. He does not get right on those other on the lead horse, but he stays maybe a tier or 2 back. So I'm going to still refer to him as a stalker, but maybe he's a first level closer, if you will. Sometimes he has to navigate traffic, and in 5 horses, that's nothing. Waits for an opening, finds it, boom, he's gone. But what happens in the Derby when you multiply the Santa Anita by 4, and you have 20 horses 19 other horses and 4, as opposed to 4 horses that he's had to navigate through? That could become a problem for him. We haven't seen him totally test it through that, and he's used to racing in these 5 horse fields now. So how is that going to play out? This is, in my opinion, the biggest negative on him right now. He is a stalker, so there should be fewer horses in between him and the lead, but he has gotten a little bit further back, and I am kind of curious to see how that's going to play out in the Derby. What was I talking about before? Yes, style can mean a whole lot of things here. Right now, we're talking about pace style. So if we look at how many do I have here? So it's six, got 11, the last 11 Derby winners here. Um, and we've got six that have been stalkers. And overall, in one, two, three, finishing in the money, 14 of those have been stalkers. Pretty good odds. Pace setters, not so much, but obviously in each race, you only get really one pace setter. And if there's a challenge, you might not even say that one horse is a pace setter. You might say that they're both applying pressure or one is a stalker trading back and forth. So can be difficult to establish that. But in general, it is difficult to win the Derby as a pace setter. And then closers, I've got six, deep closers, nine. I delineate there. Deep closers I have is horses that are often sitting about 10 lengths off the pace in that 2 to 4 furlong range, whereas a closer is probably more 4 furlongs back to like 9 furlongs back. Sorry, I'm saying furlongs. Uh, I mean, deep closers 10 lengths back, closers 4 to 9 lengths back. So you want to play a combination of these, in my opinion. You want to find yourself a few closers, and I think that's been difficult to find in this Derby. I see more pace setters. Some of those are obviously going to become stalkers, right? Um, I see more deep closers and a few closers in this field, but not a lot of true stalkers who have shown that coming into this race that that's where they prefer to sit. So I think that plays into the hand of journalism here. Now, I'm going to remove this. Pop this up here. Let's watch some racing. So the one horse here, that's journalism. Just took off, so he's right there, but he's going to get passed up pretty quickly by Westwood and I believe that's Citizen Bull. Yeah, Westwood and Citizen Bull. Journalism backs up a little bit, and he's joined on the right by a wide turning Barnes there. Wide turning Barnes. Bays of the 5 horse also took a wide turn there. He's going to sit about as far back, but it's very compressed here early on. They just did their first quarter mile, 22:25, not too bad, but it's very compressed. The furthest back horse is maybe 3 lengths off at best. Bays is making a nice little move there to pass up Barnes, who doesn't do a whole lot in this race other than fall back. Journalism sitting back there looking pretty in that second lane. Love this overhead view. 47:14. Not super fast, definitely not Derby speed. So you're going to probably get in 46, maybe 45s in this Derby. I would predict 45 based on the number of pace setters that we have going in here. Um, Looks like we're just starting the turn here. So journalism now is the furthest back because he's got a number of horses in between him and number one, who's currently Citizen Bull. So he has to make a move here. He pops out in front of Barnes. He has an opening. He has an opening to pop out there because there's only a few horses in the field. So there's lanes for him to move within. This is my concern for journalism is if we get a deeper field, is he going to be able to navigate it as well? Pops out wide, and then he starts moving. So Baeza has well positioned himself, gets out there in front. Journalism has stronger strides, has taken over. Citizen Bull at this point is stopped. Journalism pushing forward. Baeza's trying to keep up with them. Journalism is up by a length and maybe a quarter. So, yeah, that is the race right there. Whoops. Let me pop that back out. Remove. Go back to this. So, yeah, that's journalism in a nutshell there in a 5-horse race. Final thoughts. Looks like the best horse. Not without a few knocks, but definitely looks like the best horse. If you like buyer figures, he's been dropping. He has like 100 buyer figures out of 5 races. A lot of people like to key off of that. I like to look at like to look at it holistically, especially. I think Santa Anita usually ends up getting higher buyer figures than some of the other tracks. Style suits the Derby best, I would say so. You want to look for stalkers, right? And this is this is the premier stalker. This is a horse that's won 4 races using that style. Obviously, the biggest knock though is field size and what he's been tested to so far. Baffert speed, check. I mean, that's he's pushed up against that in spades. But going out into a 20-horse field, what's that going to do to him mentally? Even some of these other horses going to Louisiana, Arkansas, running against 12-horse fields, 10-horse fields, feel like they're going to be better suited mentally for it than journalism. But is he talented enough to overcome? That's really the question here for me. So there you have it. That is my thoughts on journalism. I do think he's the best horse in this race. Does that mean he's going to be the winner? Does that mean that he's a solid punch the ticket single for this race? I don't think so. I think there's enough question marks that you can poke holes in his style and what he's been able to do so far for the Derby. But saying that, I don't see anyone better than him right now. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and have yourselves a good day.